am Muhammad Atullah Khan, and today I am present a very beautiful poem, The Jaguar, written by Ted Hughes. You can see the picture of Ted Hughes as well as the jaguar. The jaguar is basically lion-like animal. In this poem, basically the poet visits the zoo and the situations of different animals tells us, and among them there is an animal called jaguar. Impressed the poet because he has a very strange vision, and his vision was very good. And I am 100% believe that after the poem, all are able to know about the vision of the jaguar. Without wasting our time, let's come to the stanza 1 of the poem. Sir, my voice is clear, sir.
Yes, Atullah, you're loud and clear.
Okay. In the one, the apes yawn and the sun, the parrots shriek as if they were on fire or start like horse to attract the staller with the nut, fatigue with indolence, tiger and lion lie still as the sun. In the first stanza and in the first line, the poet says that apes are yawning and they the insect flees insect from their body in the sun and praise this. The parrots shriek as if they were on fire or start like cheap darts to attack the staller with the nut. Basically, the second line and third lines are interconnected. The poet says that parrots are screaming, and their screaming is compared to the cry as one makes on the fire, and they are using their attractive and colorful feathers like prostitute to attract the staller that has a nut. In the last lines of the stanza 1, the poet says that the tiger and lion are laziness, and they are tired of it, and they are as motionless as the sun. In the second stanza, the poet says that the boa constrictor's coil is a fossil. Cage after cage seems empty, or stinks of sleepers from the breathing star. It might be painted on a nursery wall. The boa constrictors in the first line of the stanza 2, the poet says that the boa constrictor's coil means the snake which is coiled in the cage. And in second line is a fossil. Cage after cage seems empty, or the snake which is coiled and it's look like the skeleton which cannot move out of the cage, and due to this the cage seems to be empty. And in the third line, the stinks of sleepers from the breathing straw. The poet says that only the body odors of their animals make them seem alive, and the straw which is placed over the floor to protect the animals, there are only motion of this straw. The last line that it might be painted on a nursery wall because they have no any motion of these animals. In this stanza 3, there is a twist also. Poet says, but who runs like the rest past these arrives at a cage where the crowd stands, stares, mesmerized, as a child at a dream at a jaguar hurrying in rage through prison darkness after the drills of his eyes. In this poem, this stanza, first line, the poet described that as a visitor arrives, there is an animal who runs, and who is the animal? At a cage where the crowd stands, stares, mesmerized. There is a cage which becomes the center of attraction for the visitor. They stares and around this cage, hypnotized. They are hypnotized while seeing the cage as at a dream at a jaguar hurrying in rain. In this cage, there is an animal called jaguar in his which is anger. The people when see the jaguar, they seem to be like a child in which in a dream through prison darkness after the drills of his eyes. In the last line, it says that in the darkness of the prison in enslavement, the jaguar made a plan. Jaguar eyes made a plan and evolved. In the stanza 4, on a short fire's fuse, not in boredom, the eye is satisfied to be blind in fire. By the bang of blood in the brain, the ear, he spins from the balls, but there's no cage to him. The poet says that on a short fire's fuse, there is an increase in the anger of the jaguar, not in boredom, and he does not feel bored when he is in the cage. The eye is satisfied to be blind in fear. His contented eyes was blind in fear. Fear means in anger. His eyes was blind in his anger. In the third line, by the bang of blood in the brain, leave the air. Mean the power, the bang of blood, the smash of blood in his brain will deep his ear. And in the last line says that he will around the bars and cage which he physically enslaved does not he thinks that there is no cage for him because this enslavement does not enslave his vision, his point of view, in his enthusiasm. In the last stanza, the poet says, more than to the his cell, his stride is wilderness of freedom, reward rolls under the long thrust of his heel. The poet says that the cell which enslaved him was quite imaginary for him because, although I have discussed earlier, this enslavement does not enslave his vision. Therefore, this cell was quite imaginary for him. His stride is wilderness of freedom. He thinks about wild freedom. His march is toward the wild freedom. The world rolls under the long thrust of his heel, and when he thrusts his heel, then the whole world rolls under his feet. Over the cage floor, the horizons come, and the floor of the cage of his cage when of his cell, the horizon comes. Mean he does not look beyond to see the horizon, but he himself, because he himself was the horizon. In this poem, in this stanza, the poet exaggerates the jaguar. Let's do the summary of the poem. In this poem, the poet basically visited a zoo and described the despreciable inhabitants of a zoo, but among them, the poet impressed by an animal called jaguar due to his emotions, which are due to the power and spirit of freedom of the jaguar. The poet wants us that if we enslave physically, then we do not enslave our vision. Because if we have vision, then we can do everything. And if we do not have vision, if we do not have our freedom, our point of view, our spirit, then we cannot do anything. This is all from my side. If you have any question, then please ask. Thank you, all of you, for listening me.
Well, thank you, Mr. Taula. Please stop sharing your screen and let me request